And he told me that he had no affiliation with you or with me, that everyone there was bitching about Ramp taking all their customers. And I'm curious what you think the most common reasons are for that. When you're beating whoever it is, what are the most common attribution reasons when you study why a given customer is picking you over somebody else? Because it seems a little bit like slowly then suddenly thing is happening with Ramp. You and I have talked about this offline. And I'm curious why it feels that way to you. And I think it relates to the speed of product and everything else, but I want to hear it from you.
I mean, I still go back to the early days and why a lot of people even picked us when we didn't have that much credibility or social proofing. Our obsession over wanting to build consumer-grade user experience for a business product. You think about a lot of the business products that were built in the previous generation, they were essentially built for decision makers. So you think about building like an HR tool or anything. It's like, well, who's the decision maker? It's like, well, that person on the team. Great. It's like, we're going to build it for them. We're going to pitch it to them, and we're just going to convince them to switch to us. And once they do, we're going to care a lot less about them. And then you end up with these business software that is used at a company that maybe solves the problem of the one decision maker, but makes everyone else at the company very miserable. So it's like you solve one person's problem, but you give everyone else at the company just a small paper cut every day. And we wanted to reverse that. There's a lot of business software that was built in that way, right? Like no care for the user experience. And when we set out to build Ramp, we wanted the user experience of an Instagram, but applied to business software. So I would say design obsession has helped us a lot, and just polishing every single interaction, making sure that we only ask questions that are absolutely necessary, that we can pre-fill any form that can be pre-filled, so that you have as little work to do as a user of the product. And over time, we got even better at this because we get even more data about how people want to use the product, and we can skip even more steps. And that obsession over design really turned into an obsession over minimizing the amount of time people spend in our app.
I was going to ask what the process is to make that possible. So someone else listening wants to build a consumer-grade app in some other business area. Like, what is the actual practice of doing that over and over and over again?
You keep looking at every interaction that you have with a customer, right? It could be an email, it could be a form. And then you ask yourself, like, how can I figure out the answer to that question myself without asking the customer? Or if I'm telling the customer to do X, why can't I do it for them? So for example, you get, I'm sure you've gotten like one of those error messages from a product that you've used that will tell you, hey, Patrick, you tried to do X, it didn't work. You might want to try one, like retrying the payment or the transaction, to changing your bank account details or something like this. Well, instead of doing this, we could retry it ourselves, for example. And if we are asking you to change your banking details or to submit a piece of information, instead of just telling you an email, like go to our website and submit your information, we could have a form right there that allows you to submit your information in the email. So there's always a way to like skip a step and make it a little bit faster. And we're essentially always obsessing over that.
I feel like this is rooted in your personal psychology. I was talking to our friend David before this, and he uses the phrase all the time, divinely discontent.
Yeah.